Previously on the Geek Primer. Have you guys read this?
You bought a comic! Conversion complete!
Yeah, I've asked them to put the new issues aside for me.
You've got a pull list! Where's the latest previews? I'll help you build up your order.
Is this a kids comic? Comics are not for kids. What about that Scooby-Doo comic you made me read? Hello and welcome to the Geek Primer. Listen to the following conversation. I picked up the new releases for this week on the way home from work. These are yours, Bucky.
Cool! More Star Wars comics! What did you get?
Just the usual. The Universe, Ms. Marvel, Lazarus.
Where are my new comics?
Oh, sorry. Your crate is still in the car. I'll get it later. Or you could get them yourself. Oh no, I'll wait. I was flicking through previews in the store.
You want to order more comics?
I heard someone in the store talking about these new Hanna-Barbera comics.
More kids comics. Dude, grow up.
Yeah, at least read the T+ comics.
Well, they're doing a Flintstones comic.
I love the Flintstones!
Kids stuff.
Yeah. T+ is age 16 and older.
Then there's a new Wacky Races comic.
Oh my god, Muttley is hilarious!
Juvenile.
Yeah, that might be okay for toddlers.
And they're doing one called Future Quest.
Holy macaroni! Is that the one where they bring together all the superhero and adventure characters? Oh, that'll be awesome! It might be okay.
Okay, that one just might be acceptable. As long as they honour the legacy of the Gold Key and Charlton comics.
In the next few minutes, you'll learn not only how to understand this conversation, but how to participate in it. The conversation is about DC's revamp of Hanna-Barbera comics. I heard someone in the store talking about these new Hanna-Barbera comics. The DC revamp of Hanna-Barbera comics is a new line of comics based on the classic cartoon characters and aimed at a teen plus market. As DC co-publisher Dan DiDio says, I can't think of anyone that doesn't look back at these characters with anything but fond memories. And what better way to pay tribute to these fond memories than to totally reimagine them? The revamp consists of the Flintstones, which promises to use the Bedrock family to provide a funny origin story of human civilization. So far, so good. The revamp also contains Future Quest, which merges the Johnny Quest characters with other Hanna-Barbera adventure characters such as Space Ghost, the Herculoids, Birdman, Mighty Mightor, and Frankenstein Jr. That could work. Another revamp is Wacky Raceland, where the Wacky Races cartoon characters are reimagined and placed in a Mad Max post-Armageddon desert wasteland, where the competition is now about survival. Okay. And finally comes Scooby Apocalypse, where the Mystery Machine Gang are at the center of an experiment gone wrong in an apocalyptic near-future wasteland full of mutated creatures. Let's all agree right now not to mention Shaggy's hipster beard and tattoos. Now listen again. I heard someone in the store talking about these new Hanna-Barbera comics.
More kids comics. Dude, grow up.
Yeah, at least read the T+ comics.
Well, they're doing a Flintstones comic.
I love the Flintstones!
Are you beginning to understand the conversation? Hanna-Barbera are William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, creators of Tom and Jerry for MGM. When the MGM cartoon studio closed in 1957, they opened their own studio to produce animated cartoons for television. The first of these was The Rough and Ready Show, and this was followed by The Huckleberry Hound Show in 1958, which also introduced Yogi Bear and Pixie and Dixie. I hate those Mises to pieces. In 1960, they produced the first prime-time animated cartoon series, The Flintstones, and that was followed by a vast range of cartoons and characters including Quick Draw McGraw, Yacky Doodle, Top Cat, The Jetsons, Adam Ant, The Banana Splits, and The Wacky Races. But perhaps their most successful character is Scooby-Doo, who first appeared in the 1969 series Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, then continued in the new Scooby-Doo movies, The Scooby-Doo Show, Scooby's All-Star Laugh Olympics, Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, the new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo Show, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, What's New Scooby-Doo, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, a number of TV movies and direct-to-video films, and 2 live-action theatrical movies. Ruby-Roo! In 1980, Hanna-Barbera was bought by Turner Broadcasting Systems, who used much of the back catalog to program its new channel, the Cartoon Network. In 1996, Turner merged with Time Warner and became part of Warner Brothers Animation. Coincidentally, Warner Brothers also owns DC Comics. Synergy. Let's continue.
And they're doing one called Future Quest.
Holy macaroni! Is that the one where they bring together all the superhero and adventure characters? Oh, that'll be awesome!
Adventure. Hanna-Barbera didn't just produce cartoons about funny talking animals, they also produced a number of adventure series. The first of these was Johnny Quest in 1964. But as always, Hanna-Barbera followed one success by flooding the market with Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles, Space Ghost and Dino Boy, Birdman and the Galaxy Trio, the Herculoids, Shazam, Moby Dick and the Mighty Mightor, and the Adventures of Gulliver. All of which are bringing back memories which probably should remain repressed. With the success of Scooby-Doo, the Hanna-Barbera adventure formula changed from superheroes to teenagers getting into scrapes. The first post-Scooby-Doo adventure series was The Funky Phantom, about a group of teenagers and their ghost solving mysteries. This was followed by The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan, about a group of teenagers and their detective father solving mysteries. Speed Buggy, about a group of teenagers and their dune buggy solving mysteries. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids, about a group of teenagers and their dog solving mysteries. Goober and the Ghost Chasers, about a group of teenagers and their dog solving mysteries. The Clue Club, about a group of teenagers and their 2 dogs solving mysteries. Jabberjaw, about a group of teenagers and their shark solving mysteries. Captain Caveman, about a group of teenagers and their caveman solving mysteries. And this is why people complain so much about those meddling kids. Let's continue.
Okay, that one just might be acceptable, as long as they honour the legacy of the Gold Key and Charlton comics.
DC co-publisher and Scooby Apocalypse character designer and co-plotter Jim Lee sees all the Hanna-Barbera characters as one cohesive universe, going from the Flintstones to the Jetsons, and wants the new DC revamp comics to reflect this. Hanna-Barbera characters have featured in comics from at least 8 different publishers, beginning in 1958 with Dell Comics producing titles for Rough and Ready, The Flintstones, Huckleberry Hound, Top Cat, and Yogi Bear. In 1962, these were all passed to Gold Key, who also added comics for The Jetsons, The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan, Dastardly and Muttley, The Funky Phantom, Frankenstein Jr., Johnny Quest, Inch High Private Eye, Magilla Gorilla, The Roman Holidays, Secret Squirrel, Snagglepuss, Space Ghost, Speed Buggy, The Wacky Racers, Where's Huddles, anthologies featuring their superhero and adventure characters, and of course, Scooby-Doo. In 1970, Charlton Comics took over the licensing, releasing comics for the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Yogi Bear, and Scooby-Doo, but also for the Great Grape Ape, Hong Kong Phooey, and Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Marvel Comics then took over, with more comics for Yogi Bear, the Flintstones, and Scooby-Doo, plus a number of all-star anthology comics featuring characters from the Clue Club, the CB Bears, Captain Caveman, Dynomutt, and the Laugh Olympics. In 1997, Comic Co. released a highly thought-of Johnny Quest series, and in 1992, Harvey Comics released reprints of the lowly thought-of Charlton Comics. Archie Comics were the next to get hold of the licensing, releasing comics for the usual suspects, plus 2 all-star anthology titles. And finally, DC. DC's history with Hanna-Barbera goes back to the Super Friends cartoon, and the time Batman and Robin appeared in the new Scooby-Doo movies. But once Warner's owned both Hanna-Barbera and DC, it was only a matter of time before DC Comics began producing titles for Hanna-Barbera characters. So in 1997 came a new Scooby-Doo comic, then the Flintstones, and such later Hanna-Barbera Cartoon Network cartoons such as Dexter's Laboratory and the Powerpuff Girls. In March 2015, DC Comics began publishing Scooby-Doo Team Up. In the style of the new Scooby-Doo movies, it had the Mystery Incorporated team join forces with other Hanna-Barbera and DC characters. So Jim Lee, all of these comics have to be part of the new DC Hanna-Barbera universe. Get on to it. Now that you've heard the meaning behind many of the words and phrases used in the conversation, are you ready to contribute? Don't worry if you're not. To help out, try using this contributing phrase.
So am I the only one who'll be getting these comics?
I'll be getting them.
We will not be buying kids' comics. We'll be reading yours.
Good luck, and be sure to check back again for more conversations in the Geek Primer. If you have a geek topic you'd like to be primed for, enter it into the comments. And please feel free to subscribe. Goodbye.
Looking for you, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Over there! All the stars are here, waiting for you. Couldn't have a show without you.